This entire trip is a total fuck cluster. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? We are reviewing Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 3, Episode number 7, Blue Skies and Blue Eyes. If it's your first time visiting my channel, what up, though? Go ahead, click that red subscribe button so you can be a ray of sunshine. And everybody, go ahead, click the notification bell so you're alerted of all the videos I upload going forward. Okay, so when the episode starts, it picks up where we left off on episode number 6. The ladies are at the table, the heated discussion or argument about geriatric grandma, little girl, and shut the fuck up, all just blew up. And so all of a sudden it's like, Ashley's all like, Little Miss Sunshine, well, let's go tour the house. And so all the ladies go through the house to choose which rooms they're going to sleep in and who they are going to bunk with. They see that there are only a few rooms that have single beds and that there are a lot of rooms with double beds. Well, as the ladies find where they are going to lay their head while they're on this weekend getaway, Candace is, reeling off of what just happened at the table. And as you and I would do, we call our spouses, okay? If you don't have one, you call one of your best girlfriends. And you have the conversation and you begin to discuss what occurred at the table. And she pretty much says, they're not going to just walk over me. His name, Chris, is like, no, babe, don't let him talk to you any kind of way. But she's loud enough that Ashley and Monique can hear her. And Monique is all like, well, I'm going to, she kind of took it too far to the left. And Ashley's all like, no, she did exactly what we said do. Stand your ground with these ladies. And if she didn't stand her ground, honey, I don't know who did. She said, Candace is here and you're not going to talk shit about me. Period, point blank. But she did say, something to the effect of, I'm not going to let these old thirsty ass bitches get the best of me, or something to that effect. And that did make me step back, Ashley and Monique, honey. I was like, okay, she might have went just a tad bit too far. In a minute, she's going to be out of the group. And Ashley was like, well, let me go on and finish delivering these bags. Well, while she's delivering the bags, there's a bag with the initials SHA on them. A couple Louis Vuitton bags. And they're all like, well, whose bags are these? And then, who is it? Giselle and Karen laugh. And they're like, oh, it's probably Candace's. They're probably her mother's bags. And I'm curious to know whose bags they are. They didn't show us whose bags they were. Did you see whose bags they were? If you did, let me know down below in the comments, because I need to know, like, who is SHA? I'm all like, Sharice's name starts with a C. You got Monique. You got Robyn. None of them has an SHA. Sherman, but why would Giselle carry Sherman's? Like, whose bags? Y'all know? Then we see Monique having, a little conversation with Candace. And it was a grown woman conversation. It was a grown woman conversation. Just the two of them together. And Candace being really receptive to what Monique has to say, which is pretty much, listen, we said stand your ground, but you don't want to be uninvited or where people don't want you around anymore. Pull up a little bit. Change your tone a little bit. Yes, stand your ground, but be careful because you will get kicked out the group. So I kind of appreciated that, especially the one-on-one talk that she had. It wasn't around a whole bunch of people where it got all catty and shit. Now y'all know how I feel about all that with a bunch of women around. Like, we could just have a small conversation and not get too heated if it's just me and you. Would you agree with me? So as you can see, the theme for Giselle is Sherman. Sherman is acting kind of funny. And we need to know what's going on. I hope they tell us and it's not just a bunch of snippets of Sherman ain't picking up the phone, because what is the honeymoon stage over? They've been dating for a year. Is he tired of talking to her every day, constantly all day? Is he getting tired of Miss Giselle? Has he gone on and done something else? What's happening now? And then I want you to know that one of the Ray of Sunshines reminded me last week that, of course, Monique and Sharice both know Sherman's ex-wife. So listen, I think that's a whole another tornado that's just brewing, a storm waiting in the background. And you do remember Monique mentioned, I want to say it was in the reunion last year, that she knew Sherman's ex-wife. So I'm kind of excited to see where that goes because she's a firecracker, Miss Gizelle. And she ain't going to take it much longer. She a little confused like I would be, like I have been. So, yeah, after a while, you get tired and you start calling a spade. Like, nigga, what's up, though? On a side note, they are on their way to dinner, and I absolutely love Robyn's little shiny cape jacket. Like, I like it a lot with her understated distressed jeans and white tank top and that fancy ass jacket. I thought she was slaying. Did y'all like that? I wasn't a fan of Gizelle's little jumpsuit. Like, I thought, come on, Gizelle, you got some better clothes than that. But maybe y'all feel differently, so let me know down below in the comments. So at the restaurant, we see the theme, which is always reoccurring for Ashley. Listen, let your mother go, cut your mother loose. Because she let them know that Michael was like, if I don't cut my mother loose, he's going to leave me. And they're all like, yeah, I'm going to need you to do that. Your mother needs to understand. What mother wouldn't understand this situation? Let's call a spade, but I really think that Ashley is starting to understand the gravity of the situation. The gravity. It's the gravity of the situation, the seriousness of the situation. And in that same breath, we saw that Candace was like, well, shit, I better set some boundaries with my mother, too. Otherwise, I'm going to maybe in the future have some issues between me and Chris, like Ashley is having issues between her and Michael. So I thought that was good, like for Candace, like, oh, okay, my mother is running a bit too much in my life, and I need to go ahead and set some boundaries now before we get married and shit hits the fan. I like that she caught that. I like that she was wise enough to learn from someone else's mistakes and know what to do. So let's see how that plays out. Okay, in the future episodes. I don't think Miss Dorothy is having that at all. She's going to be like a little girl. So Ashley tells them that they're going to split up into two groups. Clay pigeons and fly fishing. And Karen makes a statement like, I want to go clay pigeon shooting because I got some aggression. And she looks at Gizelle and Charisse and says, you both owe Rae an apology. And without hesitation, both Charisse and Gizelle said, okay. You know, I think Karen was prepared for them to be like, for what and why and woo, woo, what. And they were just plain and simple, okay, you didn't like the names that we were calling him. He didn't like the names that we said. Yes, we owe him an apology. We can do that. But here comes Miss Robyn, sticking her nose in shit she don't need to, and says, well, what exactly is she apologizing for? And she's referring to Gizelle. Is it the Uncle Ben comment, or is it the t-shirt? Now, I do think that is a valid question, because the Uncle Ben comment, I don't feel like that was an issue, okay? It's not like she was saying Uncle Tom. Uncle Ben on the box, which everybody knows, and he does kind of resemble Uncle Ben. Or was it the t-shirt? The t-shirt could be looked upon as disrespectful. So I understand needing clarity, but I think the clarity should have come from Gizelle, which it later did, not from Robyn. Robyn needs to have several seats. If you know notice there's a theme. Robyn's got her nose in everybody's damn business. She needs to mind her own business and continue to work on her issues and her relationship with her husband and her children and figure out what the fuck she gonna do next, because she really needs to let that go. I digress. Whole nother shit. So then, because Miss Robyn stuck her nose where it didn't belong, Karen gets all upset. And sometimes I think Karen's upset is like extra, like unnecessary. Like she's just doing it for theatrics and for her moment. Because she called Miss Robyn a dizzy bitch. And Robyn was like, you just called me a dizzy bitch? And she kind of just leaned back. Like, I'm not going to go back and forth with my elder like you are 54, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. And I'm only 39. Thank you so much, Ray of Sunshine. I want to say Quran, but that ain't probably right. Head, not my heart, for clearing that up for me. But we ultimately saw that Karen apologized for calling Robyn a dizzy bitch and saying that it was, you know, unnecessary, inappropriate, disrespectful. Like I said, I really think it was just a moment. And I was like, okay, Karen, like, seriously, do you need a moment that bad? I don't think so. Hold on, you're going to get enough moments. So then here we are the next day, and you see The first thing we find out is that Charisse, or maybe it's not the first thing, but Charisse and Karen end up staying up all night talking and having heart-to-hearts about dinner and, you know, about the way Rae felt and whatever else that, you know, they wanted to discuss. So split up into the groups. You had Ashley, Robyn, and Candace go and do pigeon shooting. I thought Karen wanted to do that, but I guess not. And then the remainder of the ladies went fly fishing. And I thought it was so cute that Gizelle was super excited about catching that fish right off the top. And I thought it was exciting that the ladies were, you know, excited about shooting that clay pigeon. Like yes, God, like that is probably where I would go. But either way, I would have enjoyed myself. Robyn lets us know that she doesn't always agree with Gizelle, which is probably going to be an issue because Robyn likes Candace. She likes Candace's energy. She's, you know, fun to be around. So I do see that being a problem for Miss Gizelle later on. Even though she's going to pretend that it's not, I really feel like it is going to be. Let's see how that develops. Y'all put a pin in that because you know we coming back for it. We got some episodes left while we on 7. So I know they got to be putting that. So then we see the fly fishing ladies sit down and have lunch, and they start to talk, and then Gizelle says, okay, so what am I apologizing to Rae for? Is it the t-shirt or is it the Uncle Ben comment? And Karen gets upset, but I think it's a valid question because Uncle Ben may not necessarily be a real insult. But if they feel insulted by it, then by all means, just apologize for it all and move forward. And then this is also when Charisse starts talking about her and Karen had a really good evening and they, you know, are in a good space, and that Karen is going to hook up Charisse on a date with Blue Eyes. Well, come to find out, Blue Eyes is Karen's driver. Blue Eyes is also the one that everybody keeps saying that Karen is having an affair with. And it comes up that Ashley had been saying that her stepson, or was it Ashley herself, let me know if y'all know, saw Blue Eyes and Miss Karen all in a compromising position somewhere out and about. And so Karen's all like, well, I'm going to address that with Miss Ashley because it is not true. We are just friends. Rae is friends with him too, and everybody knows, so we're fine. We're just friends. We also find out that Blue Eyes is actually a married man. So he's the driver and he's a married man, and everybody thinks that Karen is having an affair with old Mr. Blue Eyes. In this same respect, we see Robyn, Ashley, and Candace having a conversation. And Robyn pries again, okay, nosy Robyn, and asks about Monique's drinking. And Ashley shares with Robyn that she believes that she had about 4 drinks. And she was definitely drunk. And then one of them say, well, do you think she has a problem? Now, if you pay attention to Candace in the front, Candace is not really liking the whole conversation. She kind of rolls her eyes because Ashley and Monique are cool, right? Like, girl, I just need everybody just to sit back. Y'all didn't ask the woman. She didn't told y'all in the van that she wasn't drunk, like that she was exhausted. Yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to leave that alone. So we get to the obstacle course, which is one of those things that I think I could not do. I don't know, I would try it, but I would be hella nervous. Like, I'm low-key scared of heights. Like, I can do airplanes and roller coasters. I think that whole free form thing I can't handle. Y'all we'll see that on my Las Vegas vlog. But that whole free fall thing, I don't know if I could do it without encasing, you know, just a harness and a helmet. I don't know. So anyway, moving on. All the ladies under 40 went ahead and did the full-on course. The ladies over 40 did the little 4-foot course, which was still a little rocky and a little bit, you know, scary if that's not what you do. Tight ropes and shit. Y'all saw Karen shaking. So we're back at the house and everybody gets dressed for dinner and we all go down to dinner for this wonderful dinner that this chef has created. And he's, you know, it's a play on, dang it, I love that stuff. You know, the tomatoes and mozzarella with the mint, I think. What is that shit called? Anyway, it's a play on that. They're waiting on Ashley because Ashley was talking to Michael, and I think she had an epiphany. Oh, let's back up. At dinner the other day, while she was eating, she was texting her mom. Her mom was asking her for $500. Like, I guess that could get to be a bit much, that mom is not standing on her own and she has a man. We already know that it could get to be a bit much. Like, I'm over it. And so at dinner this evening, when they get back to the house, Ashley is finally having an epiphany. Like, I've got to cut my mother off. This is not working out for me, and I'm going to be by myself. This is not working out for Michael. And now is she just taking advantage? I can't wait to see how we develop here with that too. So Karen said, you know, they started asking, well, what did you guys talk about? And Karen says, well, we kind of went through the whole gamut. We talked about everybody. And Candace was like, well, what did you have to say about me? And she's, you know, I don't know what they said, but Monique jumped in and she said, well, you know, I was trying to explain to her that she wanted to tone it down, that she should tone it down a little bit and not be so rah-rah. And Ashley looks at her and is like, well, hold on, like, she didn't say that, but that's how I read it, because Ashley was looking like, one thing about Ashley is she is not afraid to go ahead and speak up at all in the midst of these people, even though they will whoop her ass and drag her up and down Potomac. She don't care. She was like, but Monique, she did exactly what we told her to do, to stand her ground and to speak up to these ladies. And then they play a clip. And then Ashley goes on to say something to the effect of, maybe it was her coming in thinking that possibly Sharice, you know, might have been jealous of the new budding relationship between Monique and Candace. And she was like, I never said that. I never said that. And then they roll the clip. I love when they roll the clip because you have to be careful about what you say. And so Candace is all like, I was only joking around with that, which it seemed lighthearted and fun. But Ashley sure remembered it, didn't she? Didn't she pull that right out? And Candace is just back there looking like, listen, I just don't want you to take advantage of me or to think I'm, you know, a pushover. But I want to apologize for the things that I've said to you, Sharice. Grown woman move there. You know, for calling you a geriatric grandma and, you know, a shady bitch. And so I guess hearing it again kind of touched the nerve for Sharice. She was like, I'm sorry for calling you a little girl. Like, you could tell it stung just a tad bit. So then, here we go. Like I told y'all before, Robyn is always sticking her nose, like, right where it needs not be. Like, Robyn is all like, so Monique, I'm concerned about you. Ashley said that you had 4 drinks. Like, bitch. These women have no secrets, can't hold no water, is ready to spill every ounce of tea every chance they get. Do you understand me? And so Monique is like, hold up, wait a minute. I didn't have 4 drinks. And Ashley's all like, well, I know I had at least 3 drinks. So she had 3 drinks. But at the same time, Ashley was like, well, did I say 4 drinks? And they rolled the tape. But then Monique went ahead and said, hey, listen, I had a Moscow Mule, didn't like how it tasted, asked for a margarita, so I did have 3 drinks, but I don't get sick and throw up until I have 5 drinks. Well, bitch, I mean, you was drunk at like 3 drinks, right? So what do you guys think? Was Monique drunk, or was she just exhausted from all her duties because she's not used to juggling all her responsibilities? Y'all let me know down below in the comments. Is it drunk or is it exhaustion? I want to know because I'm nosy. I think it was a combination of the both. I think it was a combination of the two. She had both had a little bit much to drink, and if she wasn't so exhausted, would have been able to carry it a little better. Do you agree or nah? So you see that Monique is taken aback by it, like, damn, this bitch having this whole conversation about me. I thought this had passed. But she go ahead and she defends herself rather well. Karen steps in and says, listen, I'm just concerned. Hey, I had a DUI. I need you to know they don't play no games. I don't want that to happen to you. And that is what a real friend will do. But Monique went ahead again and said, it's just me trying to juggle everything and being extremely exhausted. Then all of a sudden, Karen looks over to her left and says, So Ashley, I hear you're talking about the Blue Eyes situation again. You're saying that I'm dating Mr. Blue Eyes or I'm having an affair. And like I said, Miss Ashley, I'm liking her more and more and more and more simply because she does not back down. But I'm looking at her side eyes because she backs down from her mother and taking care of her mother. But nonetheless, what we're talking about is Karen and Blue Eyes. And Ashley straight out asked, well, do you and Ray have some type of arrangement? Like, I love that she's all like, bitch, I'm going to ask you to your face. Like, I give a fuck about what anybody says because anything I say, I can repeat with no problem. And, of course, it strikes a nerve. And Karen throws out that whole, well, is it true about what they say? Your husband sleeping with a man? Like, and, you know, she said emphatically no. She didn't hesitate, Ashley. Did not hesitate. Nobody has ever seen my husband out with a man. But people have seen you out with Blue Eyes. You understand what I'm saying? So it took her no time. Now I want to say this. She didn't say, she said, no one has ever seen my husband out with a man. It is not true. So if you hadn't seen him out, so if we see him out, that makes it true. Listen, just because we ain't seen it don't mean it ain't true, y'all. He could be, you know, getting a little anal play, a little ass play going on, y'all. The whole table is side-eyeing like they don't believe that Karen doesn't have something going on with Blue Eyes. But baby, when the tea comes, it comes with honey and sugar and it's piping hot because Sharice, okay, in confidence, Karen and Sharice are having this conversation, and Sharice is just like, Sharice is messy as fuck though, y'all. Y'all gotta, that's why they keep her around, even though she got whatever issues and she's not really right now main. She'll be back main because Sharice keeps the shits boiling. She's all like, well, Karen, let me ask you this. In our heart-to-heart last night, you said that Ray asked you for a divorce. Whole table. Giselle stopped looking at her pretty white teeth. Everybody stopped their little side chatter so they could see what the answer was. With no hesitation, Karen said, well, yes, he did. And then they close on us. And it's like, to be continued. Honey, Nema Colon is a whole lot of shit. A fuck cluster, a shit storm, whatever you want to call it. It is now, it is here, and I'm all here for the mess, the tea, the gossip, the hot news, the deliciousness. How about you? Did I miss anything that you think is of importance? Let me know down below in the comments. Let's do what we do and have a dialogue. I have an opinion. You have an opinion. Let's share our opinions. Thank you so much for watching my review of The Real Housewives of Potomac, season number 3, episode number 7, Blue Eyes and Blue Skies. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll see you on the next video.